Hello book lovers, welcome to another section of this channel. And to this section, what book am I going to be reviewing? What book am I going to be talking about? The book I'm going to be talking about is a book written by my sister, Helena Esther. This is an author that I know personally. The title of this book is The Making of a Queen. This is it right here. I don't know if you could see it. The Making of a Queen. The Making of a Queen is about evolving into yourself. It's about knowing who you are. This book is about knowing who you were created and designed to be. This book will usher you into the realm of self-awareness and self-realization. Alright? The target audience of this book was the ladies, to women, to girls, but I'm recommending these books also to the men in their lives, because you could find a way out to help out your sister, your mother, your fiancés, your wives. All right, so it's a good read. It's a good read. The author mentioned something very key in the preface of this book that I would love to highlight. She said the key to discovering your relevance lies in God. This goes on further to say that God is your only source of discovering who you are. You can't depend on the talks of people. You can't depend on seminars. You can't depend on talk shows, Niger books. You can't depend on all of these things to discover yourself, although there are guidelines, right? But the manufacturer knows the reason for the creation of his product. We are like clays in the hands of the potter. So as a lady, why are you on earth? Why are you on earth? And I've come to discover that this question is one that a lot of young girls and women can't seem to have an answer to, because it's just like they get to depend on the men in their lives. They get to depend on external resources to determine or to dictate what their purpose in life should be, or what they should be doing with their life. It's not right. They get to buy into the purpose of this man. They get to throw away their dreams. They get to throw away who they are, right? And that's just the honest truth. In a word, right? I've seen women, people that are just in relationships, and people that are married as well. They get to their life gets to revolve around the men in their life, around external factors that doesn't complement them or complement who their true being is. I've seen women that suspend their lives for men, for families. I've seen girls that be like, I can't go to school right now because I'm having a baby. I didn't accept the promotional offer because I have to look after the children, and it's come with a lot of responsibilities and all of that. You see, it's like, my husband wouldn't want me, my boyfriend wouldn't. What is all of that? And all of this just points out, I've seen men don't put their lives on hold for women. Men don't. They're always the ones who always like, we are looking for greener pastures. We are that, we are the men, and we have to be providers. We have to be this, we have to be that. What about me? What about me as a lady? What am I on earth for? Who am I on earth? What is my purpose? What is driving me? What is my driving source? Right? What is that driving source that I have? So, and I would say I would liken this to women seeking validation from these men, from their families, from their fathers, from their brothers, from their boyfriends, from their fiancés, from their husbands. They don't feel complete in themselves because they don't know who they are and what they carry. I used to tell myself that my worth is complete in Christ. My validation is in Christ and not in man. In Christ and not in man. Because I know who I am. as a woman, as a girl, right? I am complete in God first before I am complete in my own self. Any other person is just a plus. But as long as my worth and my validation, as long as I'm not seeking validation outside of myself, outside of God, you get to see it in the Bible where it said, love your neighbors as you love yourself. This is just like saying you have to love yourself first. You have to be able to love yourself first before you're able to love your neighbors. The same kind of love you have for yourself is the same kind of love that you get to reflect or mirror to other people. Alright, so girls, this is a charge to you. Don't depend on man. Man could be woman or a man. Don't depend on men. Alright, God is your only source. Like I said earlier, key to discovering your relevance lies in God, right? The second question is this: are you seeing beyond the ordinary days? Are you seeing beyond self-doubt? Are you seeing beyond the feelings of inadequacies? Are you seeing beyond the days of your circumstances? Are you seeing beyond the days of uncertainties? Are you? That's another question I would love to try. Truth be told, we are not sure of life. We are not sure of what to expect. We are not sure of what directions to take. We are not sure of what decisions to make. That's why we have God as our source. That's why we have Father. Right. I'm going to use Queen Esther. They also used Queen Esther as a remarkable example in this book. Queen Esther rose from ordinary days. Queen Esther was an orphan. Queen Esther had a lot of circumstantial situations. She was raised by a man that was sitting at the gates. She did not come from much, but yet she did not let her circumstances dictate her future. So this is what I'm pointing out to you. Are you seeing beyond these days? Are you seeing beyond your tiredness, beyond your fatigue? Are you seeing beyond stress? Are you seeing beyond what you're going through? Are you seeing beyond all of this? What is the mental picture you have of yourself in the next 2 to 3 years, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Are you still seeing yourself stuck in a shell? Are you still seeing yourself as invisible? Are you still seeing yourself as not bold? Are you still seeing yourself as not courageous? Queen Esther should be an example, a notable example to you. Our life is more like an adventure. It's more like a story. We get to meet a lot of characters. A lot of characters get to play different roles in our lives. We meet characters that make things tough for us. We meet characters that make things light for us, right? We have we can't alter these things because each people that come into our life, right, we get to learn lessons from them, whether pain, love, forgiveness, acceptance, a lot of things that would shape us into our journey on earth. And this character somehow brings us into self-discovery. There are people who just be like, I'm not this kind of person, I am not this, I am not that, but when you get to have an encounter with someone that's maybe like opposite of you, or maybe you guys don't have the same thought pattern, or you guys don't have the same thinking and mindset, there'll be clashes. You get to discover what you can do. You get to discover the kind of person you could be and dealing with such kind of person. You get to discover a whole lot of different things about you. We get to meet characters that kind of like shape our worldview and our perspective. Like I used to tell my friend, at the end of the day, we'll get to see that the lines will start to connect. The dots will just start to connect. You start to be like, oh, I was in this situation because of this. I was in this position because of this. I had to have these dealings with this person because of this and all of that, that. The author highlighted something. She said, your circumstances should not define your potential. Being disadvantaged should not dictate your destiny. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. For no reason. It shouldn't. Have you ever felt like you have no reason to be alive? That points us to what we've been saying. You can't find who you truly are outside of your source. Your source is God, right? And without finding who you are, you won't have a sense of fulfillment or satisfaction. There's a difference between a fulfilled life and a successful life. I have to say these things are very different. A successful life and a fulfilled life is not the same. A successful life is you just being successful in whatever areas you deem fit. Yeah, there are Christians or there are people in the world that are successful, but they are not fulfilled. That's why you get to see they are not satisfied with their life. They still avoid, they still feel empty because they are not fulfilled. They don't feel fulfilled. That's it. Otto made emphasis on Genesis 1 verse 27. She was saying that we were born into this world as queens to exercise our crown. Remember, we were premeditated, we were predestined, God thought about us before we were formed or born into this world, right? She said, it is left for you to discover your throne, your rod, and your staff. And now left for you to find the place you're supposed to reign and rule. Is this making sense? You were born as a queen into this world to exercise your crown. Now it's left for you to find where you would reign and rule. And that journey can't happen without God. That journey can happen without knowing who you are, right? So as a queen, what training should you undergo? What things should you do to get better? Number 1 is discipline. Discipline. The author mentioned discipline. You can't walk in and walk out. You can't walk in and out of process. You can't walk in and out of discipline, be it self-discipline or any form of discipline, either from God or from mentors. You can walk in or out of discipline. You can't. You can't walk in and out of process. You need to be disciplined as a queen that you are. You have to be disciplined in every area of your life as a queen. You have to go through the refining process. A lot of people like to go in and out. They don't want to do the tough things. They don't want to do the hard things. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to. I like to use myself as an example in this scenario. I was one that gave up so easily. Like anything that would just stress me out, anything that would weary me out, anything that would give me headache, I don't used to do. Even if the thing is for my good, I'll not do it. Be like, what kind of noise is it? Why do I have to go through this? Why do I have to do all of that? But I came to understand that I had to go through the refining process to emerge a better person. If I wanted to be a better queen, a better girl, a better sister, a better friend, I had to go through the refining process. And all of this could be your character, maybe your lifestyle, the way you talk, or the way or your appearance. All right, the list goes on. And God cares more about the process than your feelings. Do you know why? It will sustain you, because that's what will sustain you. I used to tell a friend of mine that our feelings are not factual. They are not true. They are not truth. In the kingdom, our feelings are not true. In the kingdom, we don't go with those things. Those things doesn't work for us. We are emotional people, but we are not allowed to be emotional. If you understand what I'm trying to say, that's it. A lot of people, emotions had made the decision for us. and sometimes we end up with the wrong decision. The author mentioned consecration as the second point, right? As Christians, it will get to a point in our life where we are called to consecration. It could be isolation, it could be loneliness, it could be a life of obscurity, it could be a season where you are demanded to pay a certain kind of price, right? Queen Esther in the Bible, when they passed a law that the Jews were to be killed and all of that, she had to go through 3 days of fasting just for the purpose of that. So your consecration could be anything. Your consecration could be your favorite movie games, or your appearance, your lifestyle, your friends. It could be any of that, because when you're working with God, price must be paid. God will demand a lot of things from you, but at the end of the day, you get to be the one to enjoy all of it. You get to be the one to enjoy the results. And this is more like a chiseling process, because it says in the Bible, the Father chastises who He loves. Just like our earthly parents, they discipline us, they chastise us, they make us go through certain things, they make us pay the price for certain things, because it is required for the journey we are going to go into, or the journey or our life adventure. The author talked about association. Your association are your friends. They say, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. They also said, birds of the same feathers flocks together. The Bible also said, iron sharpeneth what? Iron. Good. A lot of Christians be like, oh, they will not have any influence on me, or they will not have any effect on me. For the sake of not wanting to be judgmental, for the sake of not wanting to be pushy, all of that, we get to accommodate a lot of people into a space. I'm not saying no, we shouldn't love everybody, but there should be boundaries. All right, and we get to pick up on the attitudes of these people. Have you ever been with a friend that, as the years roll over time, just little time spent together, you start to pick up on the character traits of this person? You start to pick on certain things the person does. You may not know, you might not know about it, truth be told, but you get to pick up on these things. Your life starts to shape into all of these things. So we need to be careful of our association. I'm not saying you should not be nice or to be kind to other kinds of people or persons. What I'm trying to say in all of this is that you should get the right association that will help you in your journey. Not all friends will work with you. Not all characters are meant to be in your story. All right, get the people that are necessary in this journey of life, in your journey of life. Be aware of your association. Number 4, the author mentioned sharpening your gifts. If you find out that you love to write, you love to read books, you love to do video editing, you're just drawn to visuals, colors, pick on your gifts. Pick on your gifts and start to sharpen them. Start to follow people online that model the things you do. Start to read books to them. Start to, if it's something you have to take a course in, take that course, take tutorials. YouTube is there. There are a lot of online learning apps. Technology has made things easier for us. So the ball is in your court. Author mentioned having a focused mindset. Having a focused mindset. That is the number 5 point. That is the 5th point. Having a focused mindset. A lot of us let distractions into our space, into our thoughts. Don't let that. You have to be focused. You need to know, this is what I am aiming at. This is my driving force. This is why I am doing this. This is why I am doing that. This is what I hope to achieve. This is my vision. This is something I'm looking forward to. All right, you should have a focused mindset. Have a focused mindset. And lastly, she mentioned intimacy with God. Over the course of this video, I'll be talking about God. I'll be talking about God as a source. I'll be talking about God as a being, a higher being we need to depend on, rely on, and all of that, which is the truth. Intimacy with God, intimacy with your source, the intimacy with God, your intimacy with your Father will tell you your purpose, will bring you into knowing who you are, will even make decisions for you, the spouse to marry, the clothes to wear, the books to read. All of those things, it will be included in your day-to-day activities. Be so intimate with your Father. He is your friend. He is your friend. He is your friend. Alright? He is your friend. Make him your friend. Have an intimacy. Build a relationship with him. Because the truth is that as Christians, it's not that we don't go through trials and temptations or challenges. It's not that we don't go through all of these things. We do. But it is bearable because we have a helping hand. In our weakness was created. We have weakness because with that we get to depend on our Father. We get to depend on him. We get to know that we need external strength. We need source. And only God can provide the kind of strength you want. That's except if you're not walking in the line of God. If you're living your life aimlessly. But when you are living a purpose-filled life, you would walk with God. You would build a relationship with him. He called Abraham his friend in the Bible. David was a man after his heart. These are people he could reveal things to. Don't you want a relationship with God to be like that? Before anything happens, he tells you. Before he does anything, he tells you what you should do at every given point in time. He lets you know about it. That's what I'm talking about. And lastly, the author talked about something. She said something that I would like to say in this book, right? The days you feel like you are not making impact are the days you are closer to your marks. Those days where you feel like you are doing nothing, those days where you feel like you are invisible, those days where you feel like you are not seen, you are not heard, it's not going the way you want it, it's not going the way you had planned, it's not all of this, it's not all of that. You are getting closer to your mark. The devil will bring lots of distraction, and it will start with our thoughts, it will start with our mind. Alright, so learn to counter all of those things. Learn to counter. They say that Rome was not built in a day, and there's another one that says that a mighty ocean a drop of water makes a mighty ocean. Yes, a drop of water makes a mighty ocean. So the baby steps, gradual, the gradual process, and that's it. As a queen, you need to go to the refining process. Alright? You need to live a consecrated life. You need to be aware of your association. You need to sharpen that gift, that God-given gift that is inside of you. You need to have a focused mindset, and you need to have a relationship, a personal relationship with your Father. That's honest truth. That's what will take you to where you want to be. That's what will make you reign as a queen. The Bible says that the kings will come to the brightness of your rising. If that light is not bright, no king will come to your rising. No king would see that gift. No king will see you. Alright? So it starts with knowing who you truly are before you become aware or enlightened or come to light of what you should do to be a queen that will remain in reign. Alright? So if you would like to get this book, if you'd want a copy, the book is not in a PDF file format or something like that. It's in a hard copy format, alright? So you check the comments out. You check a pinned comment, alright? You're going to see something about it. And with that, guys, we've come to the end of today's section. Say something in the comment section. Talk about what resonates with you. Talk about what resonates with you about what I said, what we talked about, and with that, I will see you in my next video. Bye.